it's kind of like a random homemade VHS update because I think it's the one I showed you back in like June or July of this year, 2025. But I want to show you a homemade VHS update. Here it is. Well, I did show you this, but there's something I gotta tell you about this homemade VHS about this. Well, I remember originally I just made it back in June 28th, 2025. I still have the fake print date. Well, it's not really a real print date, I just wrote it. This is actually recycled from a... It's kind of almost look like an old design VHS, but yeah. This is actually the homemade 2025 VHS of Best of Thomas. Well, but it's actually... Yeah. I remember last time when I did that, it was off from a DVD, actually. This was recorded off from a... This tape was recorded off from a 2001 DVD of Best of Thomas. And my homemade family companies that never been on VHS DVD was Random House. Random House did not... Thomas did not own Random House. Just my homemade VHS. And my family logos are Ubi logo and Connect channel. If you don't know what Connect channel means and Ubi logo is, you guys, Connect channel is actually my own, and Ubi logo and Connect channel was actually my own logo company. That's my own company. Fan made, that is. I've done that. I usually do these logos on my VHS and DVDs, not only just YouTube. On my homemade VHS tapes. Well, a long time ago I just do VHS, but then I just do DVD since I got a DVD recorder. And this was the most recent print that I made, September 8, 2025. This is the one I made recently this time. This is the one I recorded recently. I haven't shown you that. I would have showed you on 9th or 10th or 11th, but this time I haven't shown you until today. I should showed you on the 9th because in case you didn't notice, on Tuesday I was on YouTube for almost 10 hours, you guys. No joke, you guys. I just got off YouTube. I was on YouTube at 10 p.m. This is the first time I've been on YouTube at 10 because I got off YouTube. I just signed off YouTube at 10 p.m. Usually I get off YouTube. I sign off like 5 or 6 or something nowadays. And this is actually a homemade Thomas VHS. Yep. Look at and you can tell this is. I am pretty good at making homemade VHS tapes and making these tapes that look like regular VHS, just like how they make on normal VHS tapes. Because I'd be able to fixing and splicing these tapes. I'm really good at doing that. In case you didn't notice. I've been recording VHS for I record VHS tapes for years now. Yep. This is an SLP copy. Well, the reason why I made this recently because, well, I did cross out because it does say DVD rip, and now it's just off from a VHS tape version. Well, it's actually from a video file that I download off from Internet Archive, and I put it on my USB drive on my SD card, and use USB and connect it to the Blu-ray player. And the video file works on the USB using my Sony Blu-ray player. Then I record that video file this onto a VHS tape. It's kind of almost the same content as the 2001, and it's actually taken that. 10 Best of Thomas was actually taken from Best of Thomas VHS. So this is actually the VHS version of Best of Thomas now. The last time when I made this back in June 28, 2025, well, on the DVD version, it was actually the DVD version with a DVD warning screen. And it does not have the Really Use Vengeance songs at the end, but this time it does. And I'm glad the tape didn't cut to the end, because I did that first time when yeah, I'm sorry to explain, but yep. Best of Thomas. I didn't make a homemade VHS of Best of James and Percy, but I did Best of Gordon though. I only did Thomas and Gordon only. I didn't do it since I finally own it until I finally own it since I first got an ISO copy. Yep. And it does not have closed captions, sadly. But it did when it was recorded off on a DVD, but there is no closed caption, which I don't mind that. And I did have the fake barcode both sides. In case you didn't notice, I just made this as usually when I made homemade VHS tapes. And yes, this tape is an EP mode. I don't think on any of the Best of Thomas VHS or an SP mode. This is, even though there's a real Anchor Bay logo, but this is like the only homemade Thomas VHS that I made with the video with Thomas VHS trailer on it. Yeah, it does have the video trailers, but it is kind of the same content as 2001 VHS, except the opening starts with the Random House Connect channel and my homemade Ubi logo. Then it starts with the original content, and then as the 2001 VHS. And after that, after the end credits, the black screen, and then the white screen at the end. And I don't think there's any other Thomas and Friends VHS tapes that have the white screen death. Yes, I do have my Thomas and Friends homemade VHS tapes, but no, I don't have any regular Thomas retail VHS, sadly. Just the DVDs. I'm sorry for proof. Now it's just kind of like the real VHS, except, well, kind of a real VHS, except this is a homemade copy. Yeah, this is an SLP tape. This video's for the video lover, because in case you didn't notice, video lover 3, when I make homemade VHS tapes are in SLP mode, I usually add the white screen of death. Yeah, no joke, you guys. I usually add the white screen of death, just like similar like these rank video tapes, just like the Little Bear VHS tapes, for example. So yeah, or Rugrats, or Bear in the Big Blue House tapes, or Dragon Tail tapes that were in SLP, but it had the white screen at the end. Here's what's now this is the part that works from the 2001 VHS. This is where it just starts with like a Random House logo. See? There's my homemade logo.
The proud and strong Gordon.
This is a mono. Yeah, this is an SOP tape. Non-SP, it's an EP mode. And there are no closed captions. I did turn on the closed captions already.
Yep, Thomas, called Percy when the signal dropped. If you're late, Sir Topham Hatt may...
Nowadays, this tape is an SP. This was all from the 2001 VHS and a DVD. When I made the homemade VHS of Thomas Classics, it was usually, in case you didn't notice, I just recorded off from a DVD, then just did a VHS tape. This was actually from a VHS version, because nowadays this one has the really usual entrance songs before the end credits. I'm gonna show you the closing, what a closing looked like. Yep, SLP. No SP mode. Best of Thomas VHS tapes are in SP mode, but my homemade VHS I made was in SLP mode.
Told him about Henry.
Because I think it's due to the class, because this is a Thomas and Friends Classics though. Well, from season 1 to 4. I might keep it until I give it to someone, but I think I might keep it. And I'll show what the closing looked like. My own homemade VHS closing looked like. Now here's the white screen death. There is no hidden stack roll. Since, yeah, nowadays I do have a video file that had the white screen death without the VHS quality. It's a good thing I did edit the white screen death without the VHS quality. It's the same now. It's a good thing I edited it. I think I edited back in 2022 on iMovies, then I made it. Now it was all from not the VHS quality this time. It was a better quality of white screen death. So yeah. Yeah, I did upload a video of the white screen death without the VHS quality. So yeah, we all know. Yeah. Yep. I don't usually do that on DVDs, on homemade DVDs. But it's so weird to have that though. Yep. Yeah, there you have it. Random homemade VHS update and more. So yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.